first of all, that I am absolutely delighted to be here today, for you to be here today, not only the people who are in the room, but also people who are following us online, and perhaps at a later date than today. And here at Heriot Watt, hosting this interface webinar to tell you about how we do R&D with companies. And we are going to show you a few examples of how we've done it in the past and how we could do it for your companies, for your clients as well in the future. This first section of the Heriot Watt take in this webinar is going to be divided into two sections. The first section is the one in which I'm going to tell you about the engineering design projects that we've got in mechanical engineering. And then I will hand over to my colleague, Dawn, and she's going to tell you about the physics projects that we've done also here in the school. So as I say, this is going to be the next part of the webinar with the two examples of industry-led projects that we do in mechanical engineering and in physics. Why are we doing this, both for physics and engineering? Well, it's being noticed and it's being highlighted by learned bodies, like, for example, the Royal Academy of Engineering, that we've got a shortage of engineers, high-caliber engineers, being produced, so to speak, in inverted commas, graduating from universities and going into industry. And the engineering degree courses need special attention for the hands-on activities, for the practice that they can get before their graduation. There is an important emphasis that we must make on articulating problem solving and articulating issues, which works better for engineers, and an emphasis on analysis, which works better for physicists. And we must be aware of that as academics in order to design our curriculum in a way that makes the most out of them while they're at university. It's being highlighted as well that industrial experience during the degree is a very strong indicator in early success in industry for our graduates. So in other words, if a student has had a practical experience, a hands-on experience, problem-solving experience during his or her degree, that's going to give them a kind of head start for when they graduate. And that has shown this early success in industry as graduates themselves. Therefore, the UK engineering degree courses do need attention for these three reasons: to recognize the changing requirements of industry. Things move pretty quickly in industry, and our students, our graduates, have to adapt to that, and we have to equip them with the tools so they can adapt to that quickly. We have to attract good students, high-caliber students, because they will produce high-caliber engineers, our graduates in general, and also maintain the motivation of those students throughout the course, and hands-on experience definitely is a very good motivator. And we also have to ensure that our UK degrees remain world-class, and the UK graduates can be benchmarked against other graduates in Europe and the world. So the future seems to be a little bit grim from business, who predict there is a worsening in the caliber of engineering students. So that's the reason why universities need to come here and do something about it in order to lift up that quality of graduates that we produce. Obviously, this is our, should I say, our mission, because if we don't do that, there's going to be shortages in skills that are going to cost money to the UK business and the UK economy. So recommendations from the government, recommendations for the government by this Royal Academy of Engineering was to support more industrial experience-based activities in universities, and also support SMEs, small and medium-sized companies, who could help us do that. So who could help us give a spin, a practical spin to our degrees. So the government has this in their to-do list, and we are doing our part of the fulfilling part of this mission, but by creating activities that will bring together SMEs, small, medium sized companies, and students to put their skills into practice before graduation. So I'm going to tell you how mechanical engineering works, how things work here in mechanical engineering. Don afterwards will show you how things work in physics. So there are a few people involved in this concoction, so to speak. RES, who are the business arm of the university, commercialization, technology, knowledge transfer, etc. They help us reaching companies, and we provide the students. Mechanical engineering, we provide the students, teams of 4 or 5 students working 150 hours worth of effort, and they work as ambassadors to the companies. They are Heriot Watt ambassadors to those companies that are found via our bridges, as I call it, the networks of networks, and Interface, for example, is one of them. Interface help us attract those companies who may have an R&D assignment for us, and we match them with those students. And you've got some of these numbers here. In 2010, that was the first year that we were running this. We had 12 projects, about 20 proposals submitted the year after, the second year of this program, and more than 60 inquiries this year just passed, with quite important quite important companies in Scotland, like, for example, Touch Bionics, or McPhee, Aboleo, Turbo Scott, Sabic Plastics, McTaggart Scott, Stats, etc. So the program, as I call it, is a win-win-win scenario, because Heriot Watt there obviously is fulfilling a mission, as I said earlier, of creating the platform for students to interact with companies and helping the development of high-caliber graduates in the UK. The students gain because they develop their employability skills throughout this program, and the industry gains as well, because they may have a small R&D assignment that they don't have themselves time to look into, because they might not have the expertise, or they might not have the time, or they might not have their resources available. So they come to us, and we can help them with that. So industry also wins there in this win-win-win scenario. The program is going from strength to strength, I have to say. In 2010, we had about 75 students doing 17 projects at 13 companies. In 2011, we had 95 students doing 19 projects at 15 companies. And this past semester, just passed, we had 93 students. We are at capacity in terms of students that we can enroll in this course, working in 19 projects at 17 companies. And so far, the program has been really successful. We are going to have, after our academic presentation, we're going to have 2 examples of companies who have worked with us in 2010 and 2011. 2012. And they're going to tell you how their experience was. so you can picture yourself going through the same process. I've got here a few quotes from companies. These have been collated from feedback questionnaires that we distribute among the companies at the end of the project. So quite positive comments, very complimentary words towards our students, how professional they are, how well they worked with them, how well they played that role as ambassadors of Heriot Watt to the companies. And definitely very important for us is the willingness of the companies to come back and do more work with us, which I think is the best piece of feedback that we can get. If companies want to come back, do more work with us, perhaps bigger projects, spanning longer projects as well. I also have quotes from students, and you can see from what they write as well in feedback questionnaires that we distribute at the end of the course, at the end of the project, that a lot of them highlight the fact that they had a real-world experience rather than a paper exercise, and they thought that was a very interesting thing for them to do for their CV. It's fun. Some of them say it's fun, and it put them in a different setup, different from a classroom exercise, and they also highlight the relevance of those courses. But I think that I could say a lot of things about these projects and about what the companies think or what the students think, but I will never do a job as good as what they can do themselves. And what I'm going to play now for the next 4 minutes and a little bit is a small video in which we have compiled some statements, some experience from some of those students and companies that we have worked with in the last few years.
So the placements that I've undertaken at Heriot Watt have given me the perfect skills to transfer into industry.
Engineering design has given me the opportunity to answer tough questions in interview scenarios.
I've been able to see what chemical engineers do in a day-to-day basis.
Challenging, but at the same time very welcoming.
I had the opportunity to work with world-class companies.
I would describe my experience in the placement programme as extremely beneficial for future prospects.
I am Carmen Sanchez. I'm a lecturer in the School of Engineering and Physical Sciences, and I am also the coordinator of the engineering design projects that we do with companies. Engineering design projects are company-led little R&D projects that the companies give us for our students, all the way from food industry, medical devices, down to waste management or thermal solutions.
McPhee competes in dynamic global marketplaces. We export to over 45 countries, developing new products, new processes, new packaging techniques to better satisfy our customer needs.
I worked with McPhee of Glenbervie, and they were based up in Aberdeen, and they deal mainly with creating sauces and puddings. The project just involved having to come up with a complete redesign of their packaging, and basically we gave them the report and portfolio and presentation so they can use our project as they wish, whether they want to continue it or redesign.
Because Heriot Watt has a world-class reputation, particularly in applied engineering and science disciplines, and is known for the rigour of its courses in those areas, we fully expect that when we take students from Heriot Watt for student placement projects, that they're able to bring that competence in their scientific or engineering discipline and apply that to real business practical problems, and actually help us move the business forward. And our experience so far has been very positive in that regard.
I've really enjoyed my placement at McPhee so far, and I've been able to see real life engineering.
McTaggart Scott have been in Loanhead since 1898, 114 years. We work with around 25 navies worldwide, and we manufacture mechanical and hydraulic handling devices. Customers come to us with bespoke problems, and we design innovative ways of solving those problems to suit their specific requirements.
Having the skill set of actually working with a professional company, dealing with the major issues that we had, and also the great success at the end, has given me the correct skills that I need to go out later on into the professional world.
Here at McTaggart Scott, we like to think that we can take engineering students and turn them into engineering professionals.
Stats Group have been in existence for approximately 14 years now. They primarily service the oil and gas sector.
I've always wanted to be an engineer since a young age. Heriot Watt's got a great reputation for engineering and it's recognised worldwide.
I think what Stats Group has to offer students is the ability to be able to actually see the whole process from one end to the other.
You know, starting from the design stage, then you go through the project stage, procurement and that sort of stuff. It gives me a better understanding of how a project is actually, you know, started.
The stress and the commitment that you have to make to the project really set it apart from anything that you can get in a classroom or in a lab.
I firmly believe that the oil and gas industry currently offers fantastic opportunities for young engineers in a wide variety of roles.
When it comes to students, they're looking for energy skills, cooperation skills, and I think Heriot Watt has students that we really would like to work with in the future.
Well, personally for me, it was definitely a rewarding scheme for myself, as I'm actually now employed with a company that I was assigned with.
The companies are able to get hold of a skill set that they previously wouldn't have been able to get from Heriot Watt.
It's the ability for the company to get fresh ideas.
It's an opportunity for us to have a fresh pair of eyes, or a number of fresh pairs of eyes, look at problems that we are considering in real life.
Any company would be wise to undertake any sort of placement programme with Heriot Watt university students. They come with a fresh mind and a fresh approach.
For smaller companies that don't have R&D department per se, we are their R&D department.
Real projects that they're given responsibility for, which have real value to our business.
I want to really thank the companies that support us every year for this program, and as well as my students, because they are delightful and they work so hard and they give us so many reasons to be proud of them.